Hey everybody, it's Lloyd Fernandez here with another video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're a subscriber, thank you. Love you guys. Keep tuning in for more great videos and tips. So this video, to get right into the video, just want to get right into it and get it over with. This video is for you people out there looking to buy a home, and this one is entitled Stop Buying and Paying Your Bills with Cash, right? If you're looking to buy a home in the future. Reason being, when you go to buy a home, the bank is going to want a paper trail for your finances. So if you're paying things with cash, you don't have that paper trail. And then one is going to make it a lot harder for you, because then you're going to have to go to these companies, whether it's your phone bill, whatever bills you're paying, rent or whatever. And you're going to have to get them to send you 12 months worth or however much, depending on the situation, of proof that you've been paying your bills on time and that you have this history. Now, a big reason for this is for people that they come to me and they want help. They might not have okay, let me just back up a little bit before I get ahead of myself. So there's a program, right? There's a program out there for people with zero credit, right? You have no credit, not bad credit, but zero credit. There's banks that will give you a loan if you can provide 3 bills paid on time and never late for the last 12 months, and then verification of rent. So when I say stop paying your bills and everything in cash, use a credit card, or use your debit card or your bank account. This is one of the major things that I'm referring to. Even though outside of that, it's still a good idea, and even for regular, without this program, for those loans also. But for that loan, that program, you definitely need to start paying your stuff with an account. I mean, come on guys, this is 2019. Anybody going and paying stuff cash, I mean, don't understand it. You know, you got a bank card. Why are you walking around with cash? Why are you putting cash so you can put it in the bank? So the bank, if you were trying to get this program, this is scenarios that happen to me. Have a person that they have zero credit, so I'm like, oh well, that's better than bad credit. We can still get you a loan. All I need is for you to provide 3 bills that you've been paying for the last 12 months, no lates, no missed payments, and we're good to go. We could get you in a rent verification. Sometimes you run into people say, I don't know how I'm gonna do that because I pay everything cash. No, stop. Why? You have no paper trail, right? If you pay with your bank account, you got the bank statements to show that you've been paying this consistently for the last 12 months. That's a big deal, because the bank is going to make you do all this work. Then you're going to get mad at me and you're going to say, oh, this is too much. This is too stressful. I got to do this and I got to do that. And you're going to put yourself in all this stress, and you're going to take it out on me probably. And it's really your fault, because why in 2019 are you going around operating this way? And if you're going to borrow money from a bank and they're going to lend you, big sums of money to buy a house, whatever that may be, 100,000, 200,000, whatever, even if it's 50,000, 50,000 is a lot of money. So they want to make sure that they're lending it to somebody that is responsible. I mean, if you were giving somebody that much money to borrow, you want to make sure that you're going to get your money back. So what happens is you're operating in your life doing everything cash for some reason. It could be cultural, it could be, I don't know, whatever the reason may be. And it's going to give you a really hard time when it comes to buying a home, and with the loan, getting a loan with that whole process. So making this video just to give you a heads up out there. That one example was for the program with people with zero credit. Now, even with regular loans, conventional and FHA, that aren't not with that program, which it still can be an issue if they need, okay, so if they want to if you're paying things cash, right? Or if you, this is another thing that I see with people in that area. So you got a job, you've been working for the last 2 years, you're receiving your money in checks, right? Instead of getting direct deposit. So that's another thing, you know, doing all this cash stuff is just, it messes it up. So you're getting direct, you're getting these checks, and then you're depositing the check in your bank account. Okay, fine. There's a paper trail of you constantly depositing the check in your bank account. But here's where things go wrong. 2 or 3, 4 months out of the year, you didn't make it to the bank in time. You decided to go to the check cashing place, and you cashed your check there, right? Guess what? You just messed up that whole paper trail of the last 12 months, and now they can't verify it. So yes, it sounds petty and everything, you know, when you think about, well, I have the 8 months, you got to understand it's about the paperwork and the proof, and not word of mouth, not your reason why, oh, but this happened. And they don't, this is a bank, this is business. Nobody cares about your reason, your sad story, boohoo, baha, or whatever your situation was that day. You couldn't catch an Uber, whatever it was. They don't care. It's a bank. They're lending you a big sum of money. They got rules and guidelines they got to follow, and these are the guidelines. So instead of putting yourself through that, where you're like, oh, I just missed 1 or 2 months, and now you're giving me a big deal and a big issue to do all this stuff, because you're getting a check instead of just getting direct deposit. Go to the human resources department at your job and fill out the form saying you want direct deposit and get it into your check. And you won't have a problems in the future when you go to buy a home. And not only that, but you won't have to make that trip to the bank or to the cashier's place anyway. Like, why are you continually to put that extra step into getting your money when you don't have to? You know, so think about that. So that becomes an issue. Like I said, you go to the cashier's place a couple times out the year, that messes up the consistency. Another thing is, if you're doing that, so they can't really tell what's being put in from a check or what you deposited outside of it. So if you deposit money in there and it's your paycheck, okay, they'll see a trail of it. But what happens is, if you deposit money outside of that, they're gonna question everything. Like, well, what was this $400? What was this? What was this? What was this? You're gonna go crazy. You're gonna get mad at me again. You're gonna get mad at the bank. But it's the way you're operating your finances that makes it suspect. Like, you're just putting in random amounts of money without. They need to know the source. You know, because another thing with the bank, they want to make sure that money is coming from, you know, it's clean money. It's not coming from anything that you shouldn't be doing, and not saying that you would do that, but they have to follow the same guidelines and rules for everybody. They can't discriminate and say, well, this person looks like they don't do anything wrong in their life, so we're going to treat them differently. No, they have to treat everybody the same. So they have to make sure that's clean money, and it's coming from, where is it coming from? From jobs, working jobs, or, you know, tax returns, things of that nature. So these are reasons why you want to stop using cash. Start using your card, because when you use your card, it says what it is, what you paid, what directly deposited into your account, and you don't have to explain all these and write letters and do all this craziness when you're trying to get a loan and getting upset and stressing yourself out. So if you're operating this way, stop. If you're thinking about buying a home in the future, stop operating this way. Get direct deposit. Stop doing cash or taking money out your bank account, cash, and then putting cash back in. I see all types of stuff. You know, oh, I took cash out and then I put cash back in, and it's like, stop doing that. Pay stuff with your card. Yeah, if you gotta take out money, nobody's saying you can't take out your own money, but don't do that like constantly and make it look suspicious. You know, try to pay what you can with your card, and that way, you know, it's very rare that you need cash nowadays. I mean, everything takes cards. So if you got, you know, a couple of times where you had to, you know, withdraw money, that's fine. But when you're just constantly depositing and withdrawing, it just doesn't look it doesn't look right. It looks, and not only that, but like I said, they can't discriminate. So they need to question what's all going on. So don't get mad when you're in the bank and you're stressed out trying to get all your deposit tickets and trying to make letters of why you did this and this $300 over here, this $400, this $1,000. You know, you're doing that to yourself by operating your finances this way. So like I said, if you're operating this way, correct it. That way, when you move forward, when you're ready to buy a home, you're not going through all this. And again, if you want to buy a home and you're obviously going to need a down payment, closing costs, and all of that, that money that you're going to use to pay the closing costs and the down payment, they need to verify where that money came from. So you can't say, oh, I have $5,000 in my closet that I'm going to use to buy this house. They're not going to be able to use that money because they want to know where that money came from. You got to have that money in the bank account. So whatever money you plan on using to buy a home, put it in the bank account. It has to be in there 2 months in order for them to not want you to verify where it came from. And better off, you know, verifying where it came from, just having it in your bank account, getting direct deposit and things of that nature. But if you do have money sitting in your closet somewhere, put it in your bank, because it needs to be sitting there 2 months before they could count it and not ask you to prove where it came from. All right, guys? All right, guys. So this is my tip for the day. I wanted to address that. I go through a lot of issues sometimes with that. So if you have any questions, you need anything, let me know. And again, watch my videos. Go back. My link to the YouTube channel will be on here because I'm going to put this on Facebook. Watch my other videos. There's a lot of important, good information on there that will benefit you. And you won't, when you go to buy a home, you're not going to be caught off guard, stressed out, saying, oh, I didn't know, and da-da-da-da. And now this is, you know, might even stop you from even getting a home. You know, these things I've seen them stop people from being able to get the loan and buying the home that they want. So go back to my videos, watch the important tips and the advice I give you, or call me. I see a lot of people want to just, you know, do it on their own, and instead just call a real estate agent. Call me, Lloyd Fernandez, 717-332-1028, and I'll tell you what you need to do, what you're doing wrong, and you avoid all of this. All right, guys, ahead of time. Give me a call. I don't have no problem helping anybody. You can message me, you can call me, whatever. And also watch my videos. I mean, that's probably the best bet. I mean, you could call me and I'll get back to you and I'll answer all your questions, but I do get busy. So if you go back and watch my videos, you can eliminate all that and say, oh, well, he pretty much has everything on his YouTube page. Yes, I do. That's why the YouTube page is there. So go ahead and watch that. Other videos about things that are important to buying or selling a home. And like I always say, I'm Lloyd Fernandez with eXp Realty. If you know anybody looking to buy or sell a home in York, Lancaster, Harrisburg, Adams County, please let them know. Call Lloyd Fernandez. I'll get them where they need to be. I'll get their home sold with great customer service, and they won't be disappointed. All right, guys. So I make videos on real estate for buyers, sellers. I also make videos for new agents, entrepreneurs, salesmen, tips, and also do workout video tips, workout nutrition tips, and I also do mindset, kind of life discipline tips. All right, guys, so make sure you like, subscribe, do all that good stuff for me. It helps me out a lot. Let me know if I could help you. Contact me. I gave you my number. My information is, by now, my information is everywhere, so you guys can find me. All right, guys, I wish you luck. I wish you success, and I wish you good health. All right, guys, bye-bye. Boom!